you can have incredible amounts of focus by only fixing this one very specific thing that most people glance over, which is reducing your brain fog. Brain fog is literally the devil knocking on your door when you try to focus. Every single time you decide to go study or work on your business and you can't focus, you feel this cluttered in your mind, you feel like, damn, I want to go to sleep. All of that is brain fog. And if we can reduce brain fog, we can increase the amount of focus we have, because it's one of the main drivers that are making people have less amounts of focus. Now, how do we improve brain fog as a whole? Which we do by improving our diet. Now, I'm going to give you complete actionable steps on what you should eat, what you should eat, when you should eat, and exact frameworks on exactly what to do with your diet to massively improve your focus, as well as prolong your lifespan, because diet is one of the most important things to prolong your lifespan. So for diet, the basic concepts that you want to use is eat things which are low carb, low sugar, and high protein. If you can go full carnivore, I'd recommend go for it, because full carnivore is going to give you insane levels of focus. But why would I suggest this? Why am I suggesting to go low carbs, low sugar, and high protein? Okay? Because if you have a lot of carbs or sugar, it spikes your insulin and your blood sugar. Basically what happens is when you have a lot of sugar and carbs, your insulin and blood sugar levels, they all spike and you have something like this. But the problem with having such a massive spike is that you're going to have a crash below your ideal blood sugar levels, leading you to have that state where you're just tired and you don't feel like doing anything. And what we're trying to do is prevent that crash. To prevent that crash, if you just have less amounts of carbs and sugar, you will not have the spike, leading you not to have this crash, and you will have a much more ideal blood sugar level. Because basically your calmness goes up. Your calmness goes up when you have low carbs, you have low sugar, and you have high proteins. And calmness and focus have basically a very good relation, because the more calm you are, the more you're able to focus. If you have a very cluttered mind, which I talk about in my other videos of you having a bad environment, you won't be able to focus, because your calmness levels is going to be very bad, because your external is bad as well as your internal. Both things play a part, but right now this video is mostly about your internal. And to fix your internal, you need to fix your diet. Low carbs, low sugar, high protein, because it basically acts as a force multiplier. For people who don't know, it's this force multipliers are basically these very specific things that if you fix, they automatically make everything better. And your diet is a very crucial part, because with your diet, if your diet is good and it's optimized for focus, you're able to make more money, you're able to study more time, or you're able to study more time and have more effective study sessions, leading you to go back and take control of what you actually want to do, whether that's play sports, whether that's run a business, whether that's whatever you want to do. And that's very important. Now, it's simple yet an effective way to do this whole thing is intermittent fasting. Okay, you could do that diet, but if you don't want to do it, what I recommend you do is do intermittent fasting, which is basically have a time period for how long you can eat. You can combine the diet with this, which is an absolute cheat code, which is what I do, but I recommend people to start with one thing at a time and then slowly add more things, rather than adding a bunch of things at one time and then failing and then feeling like, we'll go back. For intermittent fasting, it basically balances your, I don't know how to pronounce this. It's a chemical which basically it reprograms your hunger levels, because a lot of the times we eat food because of habit, not because we're actually hungry. And because we have these periods of times where we're so damn hungry and we intermittent fast through those periods, this chemical, it balances out, leading us to eat only when we're hungry, which also leads to weight loss. So overall, this diet is good. For intermittent fasting, what I normally do is I eat around 8 hours. I eat around 8 hours a day. I start from about 2 p. I start from about 2 p.m. to around 10 p.m. So that's the 8-hour window. The rest of the time, I don't eat anything. I give myself the ability to drink water, but that's sort of it. For only 8 hours, I eat. Obviously, start with something a little less extreme. You can try to do 12 hours. 12 hours you eat, 12 hours you don't eat. Figure out what's convenient and have this. And what I also do sometimes, around like once a month, I'll just have like a 24-hour fast, which it sort of depends on what I'm feeling the day. Sometimes it'll be a dry fast. Sometimes it will be a dry fast, sometimes it will be a wet fast. The basic meaning with a dry fast and a wet fast is basically, in a dry fast, you don't even have water. Now, this is way harder, but I'm 17 and I'm able to do it. So if you're any age above 17, you can do it. I mean, I've been doing this sort of since I was around 15. So if you have the excuse, oh, I can't do it, blah blah blah, stop. If a 16-year-old can do it, you can definitely do it. Okay? And I would say a 24-hour dry fast is way better than you doing intermittent fasting for like every day for a month. But a wet fast is also not that bad as long as you don't eat food, because it balances this incredible. It makes sure that firstly you lose weight, secondly your hunger levels are much more balanced, and make sure you have more focus. And that's basically how you unlock insane amounts of focus, by reducing your brain fog and improving your diet, which leads to your blood sugar levels and your insulin not spiking. Okay? And you becoming more common, because it is a force multiplier, and intermittent fasting is a cheat code. Anyways, with all that said, if you want a free cheat sheet on focus, as well as coaching calls, as well as personalized Loom videos just like this one just about brain fog, but I have made full study systems and focused things. Bye bye.